Well, as usual, I'm not really sure which way round I'm going to do this. I'm going to use the same stencils and I'm going to use the same paints. But it's going to be interesting to find out exactly what happens when I mix the opacity of these two paints. One set are transparent, the other set are opaque. So let's see what happens when we mix things up. So if you're interested in watching, carry on and all will be revealed. Okay, so I've got these paints out again, exactly the same colours that I used last time. I don't know which way round I'm going to use them at the moment. I'll probably start with a lightish transparent, and I'll go with this opaque teal. Both are with green gold and golden teal. So I'm going to get a base colour down using the green gold. So I've got my Gelli Plate ready. I've got some copy paper. This is just ordinary copy paper, but it's laser print paper. I tend to like to use that. And I'm going to put a thin layer of the green gold. If it decides to come out, it's going to come out in a huge rush, isn't it? Any minute now. Okay, there we go. I gave it a bit of a prod off camera, and just get a base coat down. Just getting rid of the excess on an old catalogue here. I think what I'll do is I'll do two base coats, and I can use the different opaque. Oh, that's a bit wild, isn't it? It's like something you look at under a microscope. Oh dear. Try again. This dries pretty quickly, even though I'm sitting here at the moment. It's the beginning of January and we're in a bit of a snowstorm outside, so it's very pleasant being in here doing some jelly printing. So let's go with the teal to begin with. I hope this one will behave a little bit more. Probably should have shook that up a little bit more. The brayer is skimming over the paint at the moment. I did clean off my Gelli Plate yesterday, so there might be a little bit of residue of the baby oil I used to clean it off. But for today's demonstration, it's not critical. So let's put this on top. Managed to cover my fingers as per usual. Okay, so we have the first one there, and I'll just take this off as a spare piece of paper as a ghost print, because it's too nice to waste. There we are. Keep that for later. Just wipe this down again. There we are, nice and clean now, ready for the Naples yellow. This is a much thicker paint. Again, opaque. Still a little bit of green left on, or teal left on my brayer, but it's just going to add to the loveliness of what happens next, hopefully. Fingers crossed. I feel that the only way that you learn how to use the Gelli Plate and to discover what types of paint go with what, whether or not they're opaque or transparent or even semi-transparent, not even got into that yet. The only way that you learn is by carrying on doing these kind of experiments, getting some things right and other things completely wrong. So that is a bit of a surprise. Let's get that before it dries. Well, that's a real surprise. I didn't expect that. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to write on my paper what paints I used on what order, so that when I'm looking at this again it will remind me, because as we say over here in the UK, I've got a memory like a sieve, and I'll forget. Ooh, so 2 really nice bonus prints there, so I'm really happy with those, and I'm going to keep them for one side. So I'm going to write what I've done now before I forget, and then we will carry on and try another transparent with an opaque over the top. Okay, back soon. Okay, well, I've made my notes now and I'll remember what way round I used it. It doesn't matter how you write your notes, as long as you keep in mind what order you've done everything in. So I'm going to go for another transparent now. This is QUINACRIDONE Magenta. Very lovely paint, but with a difficult name for me to say. Oh. Not much left in there. Let's see if I can squeeze some out. Woo. Well, I didn't really want to squeeze that much out, but hey ho. This is going to be the base again. Such a vibrant colour, beautiful. Come on. Oh. Just get this lifted. Okay, so there we have two nice magenta bases, and I'll use the transparent paints on top, and let's see what happens next. Just thought I'd show you this. This is it's a book from my local supermarket, beautiful store, and this is their Christmas book showing you all what their various goods are, and I'm just rolling the paint onto the page, and this will make really nice, I feel, collage paper. So instead of sort of wasting lots and lots of paper, I'm just using this book to roll the paint off on. So I thought I would just show you what's happening there. I'll turn the page so that I don't ruin that. So where am I up to? Oh yeah, I'm going to put some Naples yellow down. So this is Opaque. And if you haven't seen the video yet of my explanation about paint opacity, I'll leave the details here in the top right hand corner, and you'll be able to click on that and it will take you straight to the video that explains what it's all about. So I've lost the stencil. Oh, there it is, hiding. So this is a transparent base with an opaque colour on top via the stencil. So that's come out really quite nice, I think. I'll get rid of this ghost print as quickly as possible. Again, I'll be able to show you what I do with these in a later video. And that's picked up a little bit of the magenta as well, but that's going to look really nice as a base when I start layering on top of it. So now I'll put the other opaque colour on. I'm going to try as best I can to shake this up without covering myself at the same time. There we go. Hopefully that's a bit better. Try and get off as much as I can, and oops, stuck down. Put the stencil back on again. Wowza! They're really, really bold, aren't they? Oops, move this quickly. Quick, 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 girl. If you snooze, you lose, as they say. Okay, so I've got two quite nice ghost prints from this exercise, which really aren't what I'm talking about today, but certainly not anything to waste. So I'm just going to move this out of the way so everything doesn't stick to it, and I'll do a review of where we're up to. So I'll be back in a second. So let's do a review. These are what I've done today, using the same paints and the same stencil as I used in the last two videos. Firstly, I put the transparent paint down first as the base, and then put the opaque over the top. This was the green gold. This one, again, exactly the same, which is the transparent quinacridone. I'm getting better at saying that, aren't I? the quinacridone magenta down first, which is transparent, and then the opaque on top. So we have these two. So from the last video, I have these different pulls. Some more successful than others. These two are not my absolute favourites, but I do really, really like some of these. And I think today's is been quite successful too. So here are all the different papers that I've created, and I've created them using the same colours, which are quinacridone magenta and green gold, which are transparent, and the opaque paints were teal and Naples yellow. As you can see, you have a variety of results, and I've used this same stencil on all of them. So there's only two colours going on here on these various different prints, but in the next video what I'm going to do is introduce another stencil, and I'm going to put it on top of these and see what happens next. I don't know, but I hope you'll come back and watch as I push this experiment a little further. It could go all horribly wrong, but at the end of the day I'll learn what not to do. So hope to see you again, and bye for now.